I'm gonna help you stop wasting time with 4 easy ways to save time with AutoCAD hatches. For example, here we have an interior elevation that if we want to make it larger or smaller, you can see that I'll have to manually add base tiles over here because these are simply lines that I will need to manually again add. And that's not only the problem, but the problem is that the spacing between each base tile won't be the same, would be a mess basically. So to save time with a hatch, we can use or utilize the following. So I'm gonna erase. You can see I even have a floating base tile over here. That's not right. So let's go ahead and erase all of this, and let me show you how we can save time with a hatch. All right. So for that, we're gonna use the hatch command, of course. And I'm gonna say pick internal points. That's fine. Now let's see over here. We're gonna use this ANSI 31, or you can use a similar pattern that has simply lines. Now, if we hatch with this, you're gonna see first that the scale is too small. You can barely see these lines. So what I'm gonna do is make this bigger. Let's try something like 50, for instance. And you can see now that it's looking much better, right? Now, another thing is that the angle is also showing like diagonal, and we don't want that. So let's fix that also. Let's try something like 45, see if that fixes it. And yes, that will fix it, as you can see. Now, of course, if you need more space between each base tile, you can just change the scale to something like 75, right? And that way you'll have it ready to go. Now, look what happened when I just hatch this area. Of course, I'm gonna have to hatch this other area over here. And what most folks will do is simply, remove the annotative option and try to hatch it or extend the hatch like so. But again, that's a problem because if you ever want to modify your interior elevation, like stretching or making it shorter, your hatch won't adjust, and we don't want that. So let's go ahead and undo a couple of times, and let's try to remove this like so. And let's try a different method here. Let's go ahead and let's try to hide or move this so we can hatch one directly over here in this area. So again, that's personal preference. I'm just quickly gonna move it there and use the hatch again. Look that the settings are set for me already. So I'm gonna go ahead and hatch this area and press enter. Now let's test it. Let's say I'm gonna make this interior elevation smaller, and boom, you can see how beautifully your base tile will adjust. Awesome, right? So that's again the first way that you can save time with hatches. And I know this is a big thing because at the office where I work, I see people, um, you know, doing individual lines for their base styles. That is crazy, actually. You never want to do that, right? Um, Now, another thing is a bonus tip here is that you could add your hatch, your base tile with the settings already, and simply click and drag it to your tool palette like so. That way you can rename it and say something like base tile, or give it a name. So the next time that you want to hatch an area, you can simply click and utilize your base style like so. Isn't that great, guys? Again, so that's one way that you can save some time with hatches. And let's see the second way. For that, I am gonna go to my existing elevation over here. Now, notice this patio over here, the roof. We're using a couple of lines that represent a metal roof, um, right? A metal deck roof. So again, same problem. If we ever want to modify this, you can see I had to manually add or remove items, and that's not what we want. That will cause errors, that will cause more work in the end. So let's see how we can save time with hatches, right? So for that, I'm gonna erase all of this, of course. And in the same way, I added my base style to my tool palette. I already added my metal panel roofing. Let's see if it works. So I'm gonna click on it and nope, it says hatch pattern not found. So let me find it. Let me show you how to load a hatch pattern to the AutoCAD system, right? So let me go ahead and find this pattern over here. Let me show you my screen so you can see what I'm doing. And let's look for hatch patterns. So what I'm looking is the metal panel roofing is right here. But for some reason it's not showing on my system. As you saw, the error message says hatch not found. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I need to check the path where my hatch pattern file is located. This has the PAT extension. So it's right here, business. Okay, let's Arquitecto. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. First thing, I'm gonna right click on my hatch, the metal panel roofing, go to properties, and let's see over here. So pattern name, metal panel roofing. Here we go. It matches my metal panel roofing hatch pattern. That's great. So we don't have any errors. Now, to add this to my system, I'm gonna go to the options dialog box. And over here, I need to go to support file search path. And I'm gonna add and browse where my folder with the hatch patterns are. In this case, they are in the hatch patterns folder, and I'm gonna simply click open. Once I hit apply and OK, sometimes you might need to restart, meaning close and reopen AutoCAD, but let's see if this works. Great. I can simply click like so, and boom, my hatch pattern will be ready to go for my metal panel. And the beauty of this again is that you can change the sizes of your room or whatever you are designing, and it will work beautifully. Awesome. Now, there are more ways that you are wasting your time in AutoCAD, and let me show you the third way. Okay. So the third way where we can save time with AutoCAD hatches is let's go to the RCP. Drawing reflective ceiling plans. As you can see, AutoCAD only give you this ceiling 2 by 2, or they don't even give you the ceiling 2 by 2. They just give you a square hatch that you can utilize. It's called net. But for a 2 by 4 ceiling, what most folks do is they use lines and then they start offsetting them one by one, like so. And this is crazy, again, not only because it's time consuming, but it's again a waste of time, because again, if you want to make your room larger or smaller, things will get very, very messy. So for that, again, once we find a hatch pattern, we can find it online, anywhere basically, or we can even create it. We have created a 2 by 4 hatch pattern in the channel already. If you want, you can watch that video later, but we're gonna utilize it. It's right here. So again, you don't need to waste your time in this way. It's not professional. It's not gonna be very accurate. So what we can do is, again, we can either utilize this from the tool palette, or we can, draw a quick rectangle. That's all up to you. I'm gonna do the quick rectangle so it's more accurate, like so. And then, I can, let me try first from the tool palette. So I'm gonna click on it. And as you can see, if I click on it like so, nothing really happens. It says I'm getting an error, valid height boundary not found. So that's why I draw this rectangle really quick. So that's not a problem then. Let's see if I can, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna move this out of the way, maybe something like 100 feet, something like that. So that way I can add my 2 by 4 hatch like so. And then I can put it back, right? So I can put it back 100 feet like so, and it will again look beautifully. Of course, if you need to adjust, let's say your base point is not exactly on your lines, that's fine. You can set the origin. Let's say your hatch is looking something like this. That's not a problem. You can set the origin to the correct location, for instance right over here, and you're ready to go. This boundary, you can set it on a layer maybe that is not printing, like depth point or something like that. You get the idea. But this is another way that you can save time with AutoCAD hatches, and there is even more ways. It's crazy, but again, I see these mistakes or these not efficient ways of working in AutoCAD, and today I'm trying to help you, right? Let's see the fourth way that you are wasting your time, and that is exploding hatches. That is crazy that you guys are doing that, but by exploding hatches, I mean sometimes we want to show an area being demo, right, or being removed, and we like to show in dash. For instance, if I want to show this as a demolition area, and I will go and change to my layer demo. Let's see where it is, right here, demo. Now the problem with this is you can see that that's supposed to show as dashed. If we go to the layer palette, my demo layer, it's supposed to have again these hidden lines, but we're not seeing it. So what most people do is they have to explode this, right? And now you can see that I can individually change this, right, to whatever hidden 2, and so on. But that's a waste of time. You should never do that, because now it's a mess. It's a mess. Look what's gonna happen now when you stretch and you move things around. So let me show you a way that you can save time with your hatches. So now that you place your hatch on a layer that needs to be hidden or dashed and is not showing correctly, there is a handy system variable called HP line type. If we set this system variable to on, which is right now is off, you can see that nothing happens. It is because we need to regenerate our drawing. Once we do that, you can see how beautifully our hatch is showing as it's supposed to show, right? Isn't that awesome, guys? So again, you should never explode your hatches anymore. And these are the 4 ways that you can save time with hatches. If you want to streamline your AutoCAD workflows, join our lazy professionals and business owners at Patreon Lazy Arquitecto.